Did you know that both Jamaica and Cuba are very famous countries in the Caribbean? But their life, economy, freedom, and culture are completely different from each other. Some people say that Cuba is more powerful, while according to some, Jamaica is more free and developed. But the real question is, which is the better country between the two? In today's video, we will tell you 10 surprising differences between Jamaica and Cuba, which you may have never heard of before. And believe me, number 7 will really surprise you. If you like interesting information about Caribbean countries, don't forget to subscribe to Caribbean People Info. So let's start the video. In today's video, we will make a detailed comparison between two famous Caribbean countries, Jamaica and Cuba. Many people hear the names of these two countries, but do not know much about their real reality, differences, and special things. That is why today we will talk about aspects of Jamaica and Cuba that are generally unknown to people. If you like to know interesting and authentic information about Caribbean countries, then subscribe to the Caribbean People Info channel now. Subscribe so that you do not miss our upcoming informative videos. Viewers, let's talk about population first, so stay with us. Let's talk about population first. Cuba's population is about 11 million, while Jamaica's population is about 2.8 million. This means that Cuba's population is almost 4 times larger than Jamaica's. Population has a profound impact on the strength, economy, and social structure of any country. Having a large population means that the country has a large workforce. But at the same time, it becomes more difficult for the government to handle issues such as employment, health, and education. Cuba is a large island, and its area is also larger than Jamaica. Among the major cities in Cuba, Havana is considered the most important city, where millions of people live. Havana is not only the capital of Cuba, but it is also the political, cultural, and economic center. On the other hand, the largest city in Jamaica is Kingston, which is also the capital. Although Jamaica has a small population, its urban life is considered quite vibrant and modern. Interestingly, despite Jamaica's small population, this country has a great global impact. For example, Jamaica has made a name for itself worldwide in the fields of music, sports, and culture, while Cuba has a unique place in the world due to its history, political system, and cultural heritage. If we look at the societies of the two countries, we see another interesting difference. Most people in Cuba live under a well-organized government system because the government has a lot of influence there. While in Jamaica, people have relatively more freedom in economic and social matters. That is why business and the private sector seem to be more active in Jamaica. Another important aspect regarding the population is that many Jamaicans also live abroad. There is a large Jamaican community, especially in the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. These people work abroad and send money to their families, which also benefits the Jamaican economy. In contrast, in Cuba, there have been various restrictions on going and coming abroad for many years, due to which the situation there has been somewhat different. Let's talk about the young population. There is a large number of young people in Jamaica who are trying to advance in the fields of sports, music, and business. This is why many world-famous athletes and musicians have emerged from Jamaica. Cuba also has a young population, but the impact of government policies is more visible on daily life. Viewers, here is a question. What do you think is more important for a country? What do you think is more important for a country, a large population, or better opportunities? Can a small country also have a big impact on the world? Be sure to tell us your opinion in the comments. If we look at the whole, both Cuba and Jamaica are important countries in their own right. Cuba is a large country in terms of population and area, while Jamaica is very prominent culturally. This is why the role of both countries in the Caribbean region is considered very important. In the next part of the video, we will discuss differences that make the life, economy, and freedom completely different. So, be sure to watch the video till the end. If you like such informative videos, then subscribe to the Caribbean People Info channel now, and also like this video so that we know that you like such information. Weavers now talk about the system of government, because it is the thing that most affects the politics, economy, and daily life. Jamaica and Cuba are in the same region, but their systems are completely different. Let's talk about Cuba first. Cuba is a communist country where the system of government is based on socialist ideology. In this system, the state, that is, the government, controls many areas of life. For example, education, health, industry, and many large businesses are under the control of the government. Cuba has been ruled by a single political party for many decades. This means that political competition there is not the same as in many other democratic countries. Cuba's history also plays an important role in understanding this system. In 1959, a major revolution took place in Cuba, which is called the Cuban Revolution. After this revolution, a new government was established under the leadership of Fidel Castro. This completely changed the country's political and economic system. After that, Cuba took the path of development as a socialist state. The aim was to distribute wealth and resources more equally. Education and health sectors have been given special importance in Cuba. This is why the literacy rate is very high there, and basic health facilities are also provided to the people. Many experts in the world acknowledge that despite limited resources, Cuba has achieved remarkable achievements in the fields of health and education. But there is another side to it. Some critics say that the pace of economic development has been affected due to the strict control of the government, and people have limited business opportunities. Now let's look at Jamaica. Jamaica is a democratic country, and a parliamentary system of government is established here. In this system, the people have the right to elect their representatives. The government is formed through elections, and various political parties compete for power. Jamaica's political system is influenced by the parliamentary system of the United Kingdom. Jamaica gained independence from the United Kingdom in 1962 and has maintained a democratic system since then. Here, the parliament, the prime minister, and various agencies run the government. One of the main advantages of this system is that people have greater freedom of expression, and private businesses also have more opportunities for development. There is a lot of activity here. Jamaica has a lot of activity in the media, business, and tourism sectors. This is why the role of the private sector is considered important. Foreign investment and global tourism are key. If the two countries are compared, an interesting difference emerges. In Cuba, the role of government is strong and centralized, while in Jamaica, private sector and freedoms play an important role. Cuba has also had a long history of external sanctions that have affected its economy. Cuba has faced many economic difficulties, especially due to its relationship with the United States. On the other hand, Jamaica has established more open relations with the world economy, which has led to increased tourism and trade opportunities there. In People Info. Today we embark on a deep and passionate exploration of two giants of the Antilles, Jamaica and Cuba. Two nations, one sea, but two very different identities. If we look at it as a whole, both Jamaica and Cuba have had a profound impact on the world in the field of music and culture. Their influence stretches across every continent, touching hearts everywhere. Jamaica gave a global message through the soul-stirring rhythms of reggae music, while Cuba introduced the world to a unique cultural style through the passion of salsa music and dance. In the next part of this video, we will talk about the fascinating differences in the economy and daily life of Jamaica and Cuba, which makes these two countries even more unique and worth exploring. So, be sure to watch this video until the very end so that you can get complete and interesting information. Your journey through the heart of the Caribbean starts right here. If you want to watch such in-depth and informative videos about Caribbean countries, be sure to subscribe to the Caribbean People Info channel so that you can stay informed about our latest stories. Weavers, let us now talk about the economy. The development of any country and the quality of life for its people largely depend on its economic structure and the opportunities it creates. Both Jamaica and Cuba are important countries in the Caribbean, but their economic systems are quite different from each other. This affects everything from daily business to the overall pace of development. First, let's talk about the economy of Jamaica. Jamaica's economy is considered relatively open and free. This means that private businesses have more opportunities to operate here and thrive. Foreign investors can also invest here freely. The Jamaican government has made several policies to promote foreign investment in various sectors, from mining to the growing service sector. Tourism plays a huge role in Jamaica's economy. Millions of tourists from different countries come to Jamaica every year, benefiting the local economy and supporting thousands of livelihoods. Jamaica is also known for its production of bauxite, which is used to make aluminum globally. This mining industry plays a vital role in the country's financial health and global trade. Small and medium-sized businesses are also quite common. Many people run their own shops and services, giving impetus to the local economy and providing individual growth opportunities. Now, if we look at the economy of Cuba, the situation looks a little different. The economy in Cuba is largely under the control of the government, following a different historical path. This is called a socialist economic system. In it, big businesses, industries, and many important resources are managed and controlled by the state for the benefit of all citizens. The government plays an important role in providing education and health. This is why the basic health and education systems there are considered quite strong and accessible to the public. Cuba's economy has also faced external sanctions and trade restrictions for many years due to political tensions. This has significantly impacted the daily lives of ordinary people. If we compare the two countries, a clear difference emerges. Jamaica is more integrated into the global system, while Cuba remains largely state-controlled in its economic approach. Viewers, here is an interesting question. Which economic system do you think is better? Be sure to share your opinion in the comments below because we value your insight. Weavers, now let's talk about cars. The vehicles on a country's roads tell a lot about its history and lifestyle. The difference here is truly striking and visually fascinating. In Cuba, the first thing you notice are the classic cars. American vehicles from the 1950s are still seen in large numbers, looking like a step back in time into a historic era. Interestingly, Cubans maintain these old cars with great skill. Mechanics make them run again using parts from all over the world, making them a major and colorful tourist attraction. Now, if we look at Jamaica, the situation is completely different. Modern cars are common, and new models from Japan and Europe fill the roads every single day. Whether it's the historic charm of Cuba or the modern dynamics of Jamaica, both countries are truly unique. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next Caribbean adventure. Location and identity. These small differences help us understand how the history and economy of each country affect its daily life. The old cars of Cuba remind us of its historical conditions, while the modern cars of Jamaica show its open economy and global connections. In the next part of the video, we will talk about another interesting difference between Jamaica and Cuba, namely the internet and technology. which has become a very important topic in today's modern world. So be sure to watch the video until the end. If you want to watch such informative and interesting videos about Caribbean countries, be sure to subscribe to the Caribbean People Info channel so that you can be informed about our upcoming videos in a timely manner. Weavers now talk about internet freedom, because in today's modern world, the internet is not just a means of obtaining information, but has become an important part of education, business, communication, and daily life. That is why the freedom and access to the internet in any country has a profound impact on the development of that country and the lives of its people. Jamaica and Cuba are both Caribbean countries, but there is a clear and interesting difference between the two in terms of internet use and freedom. Let's talk about Jamaica first. Access to the internet in Jamaica is relatively easy, and people can use social media, websites, and various online platforms in general. People here are connected to the rest of the world through mobile phones and broadband internet. Especially the younger generation seems to be quite active on social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms. The internet in Jamaica is used not only for entertainment, but also for business and education. Many young people are doing online business, freelancing, and connecting with the global market. In addition, the internet plays a major role in the tourism sector, as hotels, resorts, and tourism companies mostly advertise through online platforms. The Jamaican government has also launched various projects to promote digital development. The aim is to provide more people with access to the internet and to increase economic opportunities through modern technology. This is why the internet has become a common and necessary part of life in Jamaica. Now, if we look at Cuba, the situation there has been somewhat different. For many years, access to the internet in Cuba was very limited. A major reason for this was the political and economic situation, due to which the spread of modern technology and the internet was slow. In the past, it was not easy for ordinary people to use the internet village, and most people used to go to specific places or government centers to use the internet. The role of the government in Cuba has also been quite strong in technology and information systems. For this reason, there was also some control over the use of the internet. However, in the last few years, the situation has started to change. Mobile internet access has increased, and more people are now using it than ever before. However, according to experts, the speed, access, and freedom of the internet in Cuba are still considered limited compared to many other countries. This is why many young Cubans hope to further expand their opportunities with modern technology. If we compare the two countries, the internet is more free and widespread in Jamaica, while in Cuba its development has been relatively slow, and there is also a degree of control. This difference also affects the way young people, businesses, and access to information in both countries. Viewers, an interesting question arises here. How important do you think internet freedom is in today's world? Do you think that easy access to the internet is essential for the development of any country? Be sure to share your opinion in the comments because your opinion is very important to us. If we look at the whole picture, there is a clear difference between Jamaica and Cuba in the field of internet and technology. Digital development is progressing more rapidly in Jamaica, while in Cuba, this process is progressing gradually. In the next part of the video, we will talk about the language and cultural identity of Jamaica and Cuba, which makes these two countries even more unique. So, be sure to watch the video till the end so that you can get complete and interesting information. If you want to watch such in-depth and informative videos about Caribbean countries, be sure to subscribe to the Caribbean People Info channel so that you can stay informed about our upcoming videos in a timely manner. Weavers now talk about internet freedom, because in today's modern world, the internet is not just a means of obtaining information, but has become an important part of education, business, communication, and daily life. That is why the freedom and access to the internet in any country has a profound impact on the development of that country and the lives of its people. Jamaica and Cuba are both Caribbean countries, But there is a clear and interesting difference between the two in terms of internet use and freedom. Let's talk about Jamaica first. Access to the internet in Jamaica is relatively easy, and people can use social media, websites, and various online platforms in general. People here are connected to the rest of the world through mobile phones and broadband internet. Especially the younger generation seems to be quite active on social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms. The internet in Jamaica is used not only for entertainment, but also for business and education. Many young people are doing online business, freelancing, and connecting with the global market. In addition, the internet plays a major role in the tourism sector, as hotels, resorts, and tourism companies mostly advertise through online platforms. The Jamaican government has also launched various projects to promote digital development. The aim is to provide more people with access to the internet and to increase economic opportunities through modern technology. This is why the internet has become a common and necessary part of life in Jamaica. Now, if we look at Cuba, the situation there has been somewhat different. For many years, access to the internet in Cuba was very limited. A major reason for this was the political and economic situation, due to which the spread of modern technology and the internet was slow. In the past, it was not easy for ordinary people to use the internet, and most people used to go to specific places or government centers to use the internet. The role of the government in Cuba has also been quite strong in technology and information systems. For this reason, there was also some control over the use of the internet. However, in the last few years, the situation has started to change. Mobile internet access has increased, and more people are now using it than ever before. However, according to experts, the speed, access, and freedom of the internet in Cuba are still considered limited compared to many other countries. This is why many young Cubans hope to further expand their opportunities with modern technology. If we compare the two countries, the internet is more free and widespread in Jamaica, while in Cuba, its development has been relatively slow, and there is also a degree of control. This difference also affects the way young people, businesses, and access to information in both countries. Viewers, an interesting question arises here. How important do you think internet freedom is in today's world? Do you think that easy access to the internet is essential for the development of any country? Be sure to share your opinion in the comments because your opinion is very important to us. If we look at the whole picture, there is a clear difference between Jamaica and Cuba in the field of internet and technology. Digital development is progressing more rapidly in Jamaica, while in Cuba, this process is progressing gradually. In the next part of the video, we will talk about the language and cultural identity of Jamaica and Cuba, which makes these two countries even more unique. So, be sure to watch the video till the end so that you can get complete information. If you want to watch such in-depth and informative videos about Caribbean countries, be sure to subscribe to the Caribbean People Info channel so that you can stay informed about our upcoming videos. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are embarking on a deep journey into the heart of the Caribbean, exploring two iconic nations, Jamaica and Cuba. In Jamaica, the internet is far more than just a source of entertainment. It has become a vital engine for business growth and higher education. Many talented young people are now launching online businesses and freelancing, successfully connecting themselves with the global market. The tourism sector relies heavily on this digital infrastructure. Hotels and resorts use online platforms to showcase our beautiful island to the world. The Jamaican government has also launched various projects to promote digital development, aiming to provide internet access to every citizen. Now, if we look at Cuba, the situation has been somewhat different. For many years, access to the internet was significantly limited. In the past, ordinary people had to visit specific government centers or public parks just to get online. It was not an easy process. However, in the last few years, things have started to change. mobile internet access is finally increasing across the island. Despite this progress, speed and freedom remain limited. Many young Cubans hope for more opportunities through modern technology in the future. Viewers, an interesting question arises here. How important do you think internet freedom is for the development of a country? Tell us in the comments. Weavers, let's now talk about language. It is a vital part of identity and history, reflecting the deep roots and cultures of a nation. In Jamaica, the official language is English. This is because the island was once a colony of Britain, which shaped its institutions and education. But there is another aspect, Jamaican patois. It is a beautiful blend of English and African languages, born from centuries of cultural mixing. Jamaicans use patois in daily life and music. This unique dialect is the soul of reggae, which is heard and loved by people all around the world. Now let's look at Cuba, where the primary language is Spanish. This reflects the long period when Cuba was ruled by Spain. Spanish is central to Cuban culture, literature, and music. You can hear its passion in the lyrics of salsa, describing love and Cuban life. If you had the chance to learn one of these languages, which would you prefer? Jamaican patois or Cuban Spanish? Share your choice with us. Finally, let's talk about sports. Sports are a source of national pride and a powerful way for a country to gain global recognition. Jamaica is famous worldwide for its athletes. Running is taken very seriously here, with specialized training programs starting in schools. The most famous icon is Usain Bolt. He set world records and showed the world the true power and talent of the Jamaican people. Thank you for watching this in-depth look at Jamaica and Cuba. Be sure to subscribe to Caribbean People Info for more stories. See you next time. In addition to racing, other sports are also played in Jamaica, such as football, cricket, and rugby. But the special recognition here is in the field of running and athletics. Jamaican schools and community programs are effective in increasing the physical training of young people and their interest in sports. Now, if we look at Cuba, Cuba has also emerged as a strong country in the world in sports, but its recognition is different from Jamaica. Cuba is known worldwide in boxing and baseball. Cuban boxers and baseball players participate in major competitions in the world and have become world champions many times. Sports training in Cuba is carried out in a very systematic way by the government. Young people are trained in schools and sports academies. In addition to boxing and baseball, Cuba also has active basketball, volleyball, and athletic sectors. But its world fame is more due to boxing and baseball. Interestingly, Cuba has achieved significant success in sports despite its limited resources. The athletes here play with hard work and passion to enhance the honor of their country. That is why Cuba holds a special place in the field of sports worldwide. If we compare the two countries, an interesting difference emerges. Jamaica is famous for having the fastest athletes in the world, while Cuba is known as a powerful country in boxing and baseball. Both countries have taken different paths to their sports expertise and global recognition, but the impact of both is felt worldwide. Here is a question that arises. If you have the opportunity to participate in the World Games, which country's sports and sports environment do you think you would prefer to train in? Would you be inclined towards Jamaica's running and athletics? Or would you prefer the boxing and baseball environment of Cuba? Be sure to share your opinion in the comments. Your thoughts mean a lot to the Caribbean People Info community. If we look at it as a whole, both Jamaica and Cuba have left their mark on the world in the field of sports. Jamaica has made a name for itself through fast and global racing, while Cuba has shown its strength on the world stage in boxing and baseball. Both nations stand as beacons of Caribbean excellence. In the next part of the video, we will talk about the historical and tourist opportunities of Jamaica and Cuba so that you can get a complete and interesting picture. So, be sure to watch the video till the end. If you like such informative and detailed videos about Caribbean countries, then subscribe to the Caribbean People Info channel. Weavers now talk about global influence, because the international identity and influence of each country is linked to its politics, culture, and economy. Both Jamaica and Cuba are important Caribbean countries, but their influence and reputation on the global stage are seen in different ways. This reflects their historical backgrounds. Let's talk about Cuba first. Cuba's political influence is considered very high in Latin America. After the 1959 revolution, Cuba established a unique system. Cuban politics, especially under the leadership of Fidel Castro, influenced political movements and economic ideologies in many countries. Cuba also established its identity on the global stage. Many countries imitated Cuba's socialist policies, education, and health systems. Although relations with some countries remained tense, Cuba strengthened its political identity. Its role in many international forums remains prominent today. Now, if we look at Jamaica, Jamaica's global fame is mostly in the fields of culture, music, and tourism. It is a land of vibrant energy. Jamaica is famous worldwide for reggae music. Singers like Bob Marley have brought the message of love, peace, and freedom to every corner of the world. Jamaica's tourism sector has also given it global fame. Its beautiful beaches, resorts, and festivals attract tourists from all over the world. In addition, Jamaica's culture, colorful celebrations, and unique food attract people from every continent. These factors define its positive global identity. If we compare the two countries, an interesting difference emerges. Cuba's influence is mostly on the political level, while Jamaica's is felt in the cultural sector. Viewers, an important question arises here. Do you think political impact is more important, or recognition through music, culture, and tourism? Share your opinion. Both Jamaica and Cuba have established their own unique identity. Cuba through political influence, and Jamaica through the heartbeat of its music and culture. At the end of the video, we will summarize all these aspects so that you can get a complete overview of the differences and similarities between these two giants. Which country do you think is better, Jamaica or Cuba? Be sure to share your opinion in the comments and subscribe to Caribbean People Info for more.